My name is Reuben Arthur. I do a little bit of everything. So I run, I'm a podcaster, I write, either essays or poetry or whatever. I sing in the house, in the shower. But yeah, I have my fingers in many pies. To me, creativity is the freedom to do whatever you want, whenever you want. I think we're all very multifaceted human beings. We do a lot of things in our lives. And it's the ability to fuse all those different passions into whatever it is that your imagination can muster. I don't really like the term creative. I think either intentionally or unintentionally, everybody is creating something all the time. I think that puts a little bit of a limit on it, and it makes it feel like it's something that you have to do to a certain standard. But really and truly, you know, people do what they want, and you should be able to do whatever you want and not feel like you have to adhere to certain standards. So the phrase extending your creative tentacles, to be honest, personally, man's heard it to death. Obviously I live with Keziah, so everything is, ooh, I'm extending my tentacles, ooh, I'm extending my tentacles. And it's a really interesting phrase because it's like, you have to then think at some point your tentacles were retracted, right? And it's like, when was that? When were you so limited in what it is that you do? Surely we just should be able to be our full selves all the time. But I guess it's just a reminder that sometimes we can limit ourselves and we might think, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. And extending your tentacles is just the freedom to go and explore all those different avenues. You know what, yeah, people have asked me why I'm so good at so many different things. I think personally it was my upbringing. I was brought up in a house that kind of championed my ability to be whatever it is I wanted to be. I was never really put into a box. Education, sport, creativity, I was just allowed to be who I was, and always encouraged to do whatever it was to the best of my ability. And so I just tried everything. And if you try everything and you try it all to the best of your ability, you're gonna get pretty good at most things. So my mum was really big on education. So when I was getting into sport really, really intensely, she was like, just make sure your education is good and you can do whatever it is you want. And I've taken that same mantra into every kind of facet of my life. I've been allowed to explore athletics to the point where, you know, I'm now a Commonwealth gold medalist. I've been allowed to explore my passions in audio to the point where now I've hosted a live show. I've championed and chaired many different podcasts. I make content all the time whenever I want. So it's like my family's always there in my corner supporting me, reposting stuff if they need to, coming to shows if they need to, coming to races if they need to, and that just makes me feel like I'm doing the right things. My attitude towards competition is the same as my attitude to everything in life. I kind of boil it down to one very simple phrase. If you stay ready, you ain't gonna get ready. So I have my preparations done well in advance, whether that be training or if I'm just trying to get ready for the next day. All my clothes and stuff are ready. Everything is ready. I always stay ready, so I can't be surprised. I can't be shocked by anything that comes up. And, you know, in the inevitable situation where something happens that's not under my control, I'll probably patterned it as well. I guess the cliche answer is to say what I do, which is the 100 meters. I think a more realistic answer is the 4x100 meter relay. Every part of my life leads into another part of my life, and that's like passing the baton to the next person, and then ultimately it just comes home in a blaze of glory. I think track and field is a creative endeavor because as much as it is a goal-oriented institution, clearly, you know, the first person past the post or whoever jumps the furthest or highest or throws the furthest, within that you've got so many different avenues to showcase your personality. It's not just about, okay, well, I run with this particular style. I can bring my own flair to what I do. I know everyone in the world was shocked and amazed at Usain Bolt when he was at his prime, doing the things that he could do with his body. It's like, in a way, our bodies are our canvas or our song or our whatever it is. I'm fascinated by musical instruments. I think they're so cool. I think anyone that can play them to any kind of capacity is so interesting to me. I think reading sheet music is interesting to me. And I'd love to get into that. Probably something easy, like a keyboard. Oh, man, you play the keyboard. It's not easy, is it? I think the best piece of advice I could give to somebody who's trying to express himself creatively and doesn't know where to start, who wants to, extend their tentacles, is just find what you like. I think if you actually have an honest conversation with yourself and say, well, this is what I like, and this is what I like to do, and this is what I'd like to be, you kind of then see the avenues you can go down. So for example, if you like books, maybe you'd want to try writing your own book. Maybe a novel is too grand. Maybe you want to start with like a kid's book or something small. Maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to illustrate for a book. Doodle, get a sketch pad, those kind of things. So you start small and then you can build it up into whatever it is that you want to be. First lockdown was the best for my creativity. I think it was fresh, it was new, and I wasn't bored of it yet. So you got to try a lot of things out. I bought a mic, did a Zoom call kind of things. It's really cool. On my own, because it's faster. A soft launch, I don't like pushing things down people's throats, even though sometimes you have to. So I kind of just let my stuff come out and let it speak for itself. For the love, always, money comes, money goes. On the toilet. You know what, yeah? If creativity was a noise, it'd be silent, because it's always there, no one notices. Think about it.